Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Red Blood. Back with another video, and this is kind of more of like a one-off thing. As you know, I've mentioned before, I mostly just want to use this channel for music purposes and stuff like that. But I really have felt the need to make this video, and I've thought about it in sort of the void of my mind. But I think now's the time to. And by reading the title, I'm sure you kind of know what this is about. And this isn't really about like a general audience. Very parasocially, I am addressing Tectone directly, and I hope he watches this video. If he does, and there's a reason for why, and I'll get into all that. But the way I want to start this out is Tectone as a pleb simpleton on the internet who's just a nobody, a straight white male. As a matter of fact, I am cheering you on to the best of my ability. I'm cheering you on, and I am here, and I get it, and I completely understand your struggles. And I think that the circumstances that you've been put into are just devastating. And if I was in any sort of similar situation as you, I don't know if I'd be here. I'll just put it that way. Basically, I'm not like an OG fan or anything like that. I think I discovered Tectone in 2024, and I didn't really become like a fan until like late 2025 and actually, watch him regularly or anything like that. But learning about his story and his come up and the things that he's fought an uphill battle and just trekked through the storm, and he's still kicking it, literally here, just doing his thing. I watched his video today about why he is no longer going to be streaming on YouTube either. He will be moving to Rumble, and I hope he stays on Kick too. And honestly, I really hope the Rumble thing works out. It's hard to say because, it's crazy how Kick kind of came out of the woodworks, but Rumble, I don't know if that same like popularity is going to be there. And I'm sure you really don't care about it necessarily. And I know you're still going to just be posting videos on YouTube, so you'll still have that. And like I said, I don't know if you care about the popularity, but I just say that because I hope it's not something that demotivates you. Because I truly think that what you are doing and what you stand for is like it's it's amazing. And I'm not sure if anybody really tells you that, and if you're like speaking into a void, it feels like. But I'll tell you right now, you're not. And the reason I want to kind of make this video is because I think that as somebody like Tectone or just any sort of popular influencer, streamer, YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, it's really easy to get hung up on a hate comment. I think that you could get 100 likes on a video, but that one hate comment can go such a long way because it's something that is much more like tangibly there. You see a thumbs up, a like button, and a number attached to it, and that's all it is. Whereas a hate like comment or whatever is vocalized, and people will go out of their way to spread more negativity than they will positivity. And that's just how life goes. I don't even think it's a bad thing. Honestly, it's just how it goes, and I've easily been guilty of that myself, right? Like obviously you get a bad product, you're more enticed to say, "Hey, this is a bad product," than, you know, getting a product and it exceeds or meets expectations. It's like, "Oh, okay, cool. I can continue on with my life." It's the same thing. So, the reason I'm making this video is because I want to go out of my way to make a video to spread positivity to Tectone in the same essence of like he gets somebody to make a hate video on him, right? And I think that I hope that if he sees this, I hope you know that I am a fan of you because I just relate so heavily to your story because I went through a very similar thing like that myself. And it's not to compare sizes. Obviously, what you're going through is way worse, but that's kind of what's like uplifting about it. I would just like to share a little bit of my own story to kind of spread some context of just kind of like where I'm coming from. Um, so in my ninth and 10th grade year, my parents were going through a divorce, and my mom is she's the one who initiated it. She's the one who caused it, started it, and basically just like spring trap my dad essentially into a divorce. And it's just like how any other divorce story goes these days. Like, why do you honestly think 80% of 70 to 80% of women in the US initiate all divorces? It's because there's a system there that they can exploit, that they can rig. Lucky enough in the legal sense, not and I would say very lucky. Um, my dad got out relatively unscathed in any legal sense, and to give credit where credit is due, my mom was extremely fair in the sense that she had these resources here to exploit that she could just completely destroy my dad's life with, and she didn't. She didn't do those things. And that is where I give credit to her. Everything else about the entire situation, I hate my mother. I haven't spoken to her in um what is it now? 5 years? Going on to 5 years. Um and I never want to speak to her again for the rest of my life. And I am making music, and I want to use this channel for music, and I do want to tell my story through that vessel. So I'm just here to tell you the necessary bits and pieces because this isn't really about me. I'm trying to this like this is about Tectone. And so the journey through a lot of my high school life, we became part of MGTOW, men going their own way, and we became a part of that before it even got super popular. I mean, this was like mid late 2019 before MGTOW even like got any sort of recognition, crazy stuff like that. And we watched all kinds of content creators, and specifically um, Better Bachelor is how we kind of got into the movement. And to this day, I respect him so much, even though I would not consider myself a part of MGTOW today. Um, Better Bachelor as a creator, I genuinely think he played a very big role in preventing a, and not my own. Yeah, so it's there's a lot of people who are out there that genuinely just get destroyed every day. Lives get destroyed every single day, and particularly men that get destroyed through these legal systems, exploits, and false accusations where there is no repercussions for the false accusers. There is no trial. It is guilty until you are proven not guilty, which is backwards from how this nation is supposed to work. I really just want to let Tectone know that I hope he doesn't think that he's alone, even though that situations like this can make you feel very alone. And the way the world works today is just an absolute abomination on any logic that's out there. I think like I mean, you don't even need to be political to just absolutely hate Hassan Piker. My boy, Hassan Piker. Like, and that's really just like the big bad evil guy. I mean, you want to talk about the the Twitch, or just in general the streamer drama scene, you know, it's really like the big good guy is Asmon, and the big bad evil is Hassan, and then everybody has their orbiters, which you know I just I don't know, and we're just kind of like just these like pawns in a game, and yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say other than that. And I think genuinely that the mental fortitude that Tectone has had throughout his entire career is just mind-boggling, and I don't think that without it he would even be here with us today, if you know what I mean. And thankfully, we're starting to see some of the legal systems change, and in a good way. Um, but I think it's very late timing, and it's only getting started. As somebody watching Tectone as a fan in late 2025, sort of getting out of the MagTow game, and kind of like moving past that part of my life for a lot of reasons, even though like they obviously like they still have a lot of validity in my mind. It's just that like their ultimatum is not something I necessarily agree with anymore, but that's kind of besides the point. I watched Tectone, and I watch these things happen to him, and it's just like PTSD flashbacks. And it makes me feel genuinely horrible that like these evil people would do this to him, and they just like they won't even think twice about it. And as much as a man I can never really understand what it's like to have a period, these motherfuckers could never understand what it's like to go through these things that they just like throw out these false accusations, like just knowing that they're false and what they're doing is wrong, but they don't care, bro. They don't give a fuck about you. And it's really horrible. Especially women are probably never going to have any idea what it's like to have gone through that system that just like genuinely doesn't care for you. No one's coming to save you, and you're just trapped. You're just like trapped. I think that's really kind of all I had on my mind, but yeah, like I just like I don't know, like Tectone, I hope I hope you can stay on your feet and just keep going. And I I just hope that you can live a happy life whenever all this kind of crazy stuff ends, if it ever ends. Um and it's just a complete joke that this is something that you even have to deal with for a second, that really anybody out there has to deal with like this, and the other side just suffers no repercussions for the defamation that they commit. Honestly, I'm every so, like I think about, even like you've talked vaguely about what your plans are to get your revenge through the justice system, and I genuinely hope that that works. And I hope it works better than like you I don't know than you hope for, and they just like genuinely destroy these people in court. Um, but yeah, like thank you, and I'm gonna end the video here. W Tectone. Peace.